What's going on, guys? It is Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and welcome to another exciting edition of Legendary Animators. And today we're going to take a look at another young guy, a guy who's worked on one of my favorite anime series of all time, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Today, it is Yoshimichi Kameda's turn. In 2007, Yoshimichi Kameda started working for AIC, where he was an in-betweener for series like Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. During his days at AIC, Kameda worked as key animators for shows like Oh My Goddess, Fighting Wings, and Isekai no Seikishi Monogatari, or as it's more commonly known, the newer Tenchi Muyo anime series. About a year later, Kameda became a freelance animator, where he came into the spotlight for his work in Bones Animation, which is definitely one of the best animation studios and one of my personal favorites, and they've worked on a lot of huge series like Soul Eater and Fullmetal. When he was working at Bones, here he became a part of the Young Rat Pack, which includes other animators like Hiroyuki Yamashita, Hironori Tanaka, Shingo Yamashita, Megumi Kouno, and Shinichi Kurita, just to name a few. After his impressive work on Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, he began to participate in other Bone series like Star Driver, Ungo, Toa no Quan, and Number 6. Now that we have a better understanding on who Yoshimichi Kameda is and the shows that he's worked on, let's take a look at how you can actually spot his style in the animation. Now, Kameda is pretty much a student of the Kaneda style animation, which really comes as no surprise in the way he depicts his action scenes in the series that he's worked on, and the influences that the director of Gurren Lagann, Hiroyuki Yamashita, and Yoshinori Kaneda himself have had on his drawing style. For example, like emphasis on his dark shading, the way his characters move, and the frequency in the use of the diagonal horizontal lines used in his scenes, which you can see here. Like I said before, the key to spotting a scene done by Kameda is the emphasis on the thick brushstrokes and pencil-like line art, as well as the emphasis on extreme perspective and the over-the-top dynamic style of movement and the special effects. I'd say one of the best examples for one of his scenes is in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, where Mustang literally burns Lust to death. You can definitely see it in all of the giant explosions from the fire, as well as in the final shot where Lust actually tries to attack Mustang. You can see that the angle in which he attacks him is very warped, and it moves at a very fast speed. Some other ways to spot a scene being done by him is the way he conveys his action, which is very nicely timed and has a lot of multiple angles and perspectives. If you guys want to get a much better sense of what this style actually looks like and how it looks when it's in pure movement, check out the description box below, where we'll have some links to some great AMVs which were done by fellow YouTuber Blue Sakuga. Alright guys, before we let you go today, we're just going to give you some examples of some of the series that he has worked on. Now, as we've already said before, he has made his mark on the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood series. He has worked on such famous episodes such as the one where Mustang burns Lust to death, the episode where Greed and Ling fight against King Bradley, as well as the episode where Roy Mustang actually blows up Envy continuously as Riza Hawkeye watches in complete horror. And he worked on the second part of the battle of Scar versus King Bradley, which is honestly, in my opinion, one of the best fights in the entire series. But he's also worked on the Fullmetal Alchemist movie, The Sacred Star of Milos, and he worked on one of the coolest action scenes in the entire film, where Lieutenant Colonel Herschel is fighting against Edward. It is definitely an epic battle. But he's also worked a little bit on the Naruto series as well. He worked on Naruto Shippuden, and he did the ending 15, where you get to see the scene of Rock Lee fighting against Naruto. And as we also stated, he worked on Soul Eater. He did this really badass scene where he animated Giriko, who was cutting an avalanche of snow with his chainsaw leg. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but you know what? It fits perfectly with his style of animation. That concludes another edition of Legendary Animators. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you gained a little perspective from it. Hopefully you have a little bit more appreciation for the guys who animate your favorite shows. And remember, as always, guys, if you liked this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up. That concludes this video. SuperKamiGuru9000 out. God damn, I'm so sick of talking, dude. Well, guys, that concludes... I'm going to stop here and do a whole separate record for...
Peace out.
Peace.